Previously on Uncharted Expedition.
Not in that time.
All right. Good to have you aboard, Chief. That's good news. Here's a good angle to separate us from the other treasure hunters. We're investigating. See the biggest mountain right there, Sean?
Pine Valley?
Pine Valley Mountains. My name is Timothy Draper. I'm the producer and director of Uncharted Expedition. Everything you're about to see is unscripted and filmed by our crew. The sites we investigate are linked to lost history and treasure. These legends have been passed down for generations. Some of the footage you're about to watch may be considered dangerous. Our team members choose to put themselves into situations that may result in serious consequences. We ask that you use caution if you choose to follow our breadcrumbs. I am really excited about having you guys here. You know, even though that this is an area that we have treasure hunted in the past, now we're coming in with a bigger team, a lot more technology, a lot more equipment.
I, for one, am excited to use that machete.
Me too.
No, we got to keep that out of your hands. That's not good.
It might be a little bit dangerous.
No bueno.
The Airbnb that we're staying at is just right over here, which is really nice. Look at how close we are to to our area.
So I turn right here, Tim?
Yeah. Well, let's get ready, guys. The other guys will be here soon. I say let's just unpack and let's get ready to treasure hunt for the weekend.
So, Tim, how did you learn about this treasure story?
You know, when I first came into the St. George area, it was 2010. I spent a lot of time talking to a lot of locals so I can start learning about what type of treasures and what type of lost history was in this area. So, you know, when I found out about this treasure, it was right up my alley. It had to do with the Spanish, which I really liked. But what I found interesting too, it wasn't just the Spanish. It happened to have something to do with the local tribe. Their names are the Paiute Indians.
What did the Spanish find in this area?
From what I'm gathering, from what I've been able to get from the Paiute Indians, from other treasure hunters that have researched this area before me, this whole area just has silver all over it.
You know, Utah is a hotbed for these types of stories. Well, we know that Dominguez Escalante was here 1776, but there's treasure stories going back 100 years before that. The Spanish, when they came up, didn't bring a lot of people with them. They had personal servants, the people in their entourage, but they didn't bring a lot of workers with them. So they would come up, make friends with Indian tribes, and then either buy slaves from them or enslave the tribes themselves.
The Indians grew tired of their people being enslaved. The Indian miners would be lucky if they lived 6 months mining for the Spanish. And they were tired of the way their people were treated. So the Indians did get organized and they came in and started a battle with the Spanish to try to drive them out. So it was a regular day. They're out there mining, collecting their silver, doing what they do best. It was a sudden attack and the Spanish really didn't have any time to prepare.
What is it that you're actually looking to find?
The one thing that the Spanish wanted to protect, of course, is their life, but also their treasure, their silver. And we know from the local Indian tribe, the Paiutes, that there was around 400 silver Spanish bars that were waiting to be transported.
There's a definite chance that the treasure is still here. I think we've got a good team, a good variety of skills and talents.
I feel like that if anybody can find the clues and unlock this mystery, it's this team. We're estimating a good 1.5 million just on the silver bars alone. If we can prove that these Spanish silver bars were buried, that more than doubles that treasure. So now you got $1.5 million worth of raw virgin silver versus the collector's price on them and the treasure price, which puts us at over $3 million.
Wow.
You guys sleep okay last night?
Yeah, we did all right. How about you?
I'm not too bad. You guys ready for a full day of treasure hunting?
I'm ready. You ready, Antonio?
Oh, yeah?
We only got about another mile. I thought this was a good point just to kind of stop to show you guys everything. We do got KG, Ringy, and Marc. They're on their way. So I figured let's go ahead and do our scouting on this side, and then we're going to meet up with them later on.
Awesome.
So,
I'm excited. Those guys always bring the fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. Check out this ponderosa tree.
Holy cow.
This whole area along this trail, this is an old trail. According to all the old timers, this trail has been here since the beginning of Pinto.
Most of these trails up here were built and piggybacked off of some of the old Spanish trails, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And in fact, my neighbor, he worked for the Forest Service. He's a road engineer for the Forest Service.
Yeah.
And I had a good conversation with him a couple months ago, and he was explaining to me, I brought it up, and I go, hey, I got to ask you about this. You know the budget. You know what the Forest Service and BLM are doing. Are you guys creating new roads out of nowhere? And he goes, no. And I go, well, how are you coming up with these roads? And he goes, to be honest with you, a lot of these roads were horse trails or they were hiking trails.
Right.
And sometimes with treasure hunting, keep it stupid simple. And the stupid simple is, in this case, if this is the easy trail,
right,
then this is most likely what they would have used back then.
Yeah.
The Spanish kept clues on trails.
Right.
Sometimes it's rock monuments, sometimes it's carvings. It would make sense that this is the only tree in the area, and it's a great landmark to leave. The first time that I stopped here with my friend Brandon, it was like, wow, this is a big tree, this is cool, let's take some pictures of it. And then I walked around the back here, and that's when I went, holy cow.
Okay, this is...
Oh.
Is that
Yeah,
one
look
right
at
there
that.
down at the bottom?
Mhm. This, we believe, is something, and I don't know what, it's so overgrown.
Yeah, look at this. You can see the axe marks in it, and it's
Holy
What?
cow.
6 inches deep.
Yeah, and then you got this one here, Todd. This one's almost closed itself off. This one's starting to close itself off.
So how do you gauge how old something like this is?
So there's a few different ways we can core this tree. Since we don't have those kind of tools with us today, another way to do it would be take like a carpenter square
Okay.
and lay it from, as long as it's hitting from here to here, and then you go in and measure. Every knuckle comes out to at least 50 years. And that's just a field test. This is just a way to kind of get an estimate. What I'm coming up with is about right here.
So what is
So that's just that one alone. So I'm looking at 50, 100, I would say close to 200 years for this
Wow.
one. So Todd, now that you've seen this and you've been doing this longer than me, am I crazy? Could that be something?
Yeah, those carvings are consistent with other Spanish carvings that I've seen. And
Do you think I'm crazy when I come up with a number of roughly about 250 years ago?
Well, Tim,
No,
everybody
that-
thinks
yeah.
you're a little crazy.
but no, that looks pretty consistent.
Well, I mean, even the town Pinto, doesn't that translate to painted horse in Spanish?
Pinto is kind of two colors, like the
Like the two-tone
yeah,
horses, the painted horses.
Right.
I was told that the old Spanish pinto meant like spotted colors.
Gotcha.
The silver is spotted black. So spotted or painted kind of makes sense if they were referring to their silver. Well, guys, since we've seen this, I think we should just head down the road and go look for some more clues.
What do you think, Ringy? I made it to St. George. We're in St. George, Utah. I never even knew St. George, Utah existed. It sounds like an exotic land.
It does. It's got your name in it, so it's got to be good,
And
right, Cage?
And I'm a saint. It's gotta be good.
The thing is, Cage, I've never been here either, other than just driving through it, and I can't wait to get up in these mountains. Look at this. This is some serious terrain here.
And our job is to help our buddies hopefully locate these Spanish silver bars. I mean, that would be the find of the century.
That would be. I mean, the Spanish came in, they had a smelter here apparently, somewhere. They're smelting all this silver. I bet they had to have guards and everything there. We might even find one of those conquistador helmets, Cage.
Find like a sword where they would guard the treasure. If you got your
Exactly.
hand too close to the box, they would lob it off.
Exactly.
Marky!
Look who's out here.
Hey, here we are in beautiful Mexico City. I'm here with my friends Casey and what's his name?
Janky.
Ginger.
All right, Cage, here we are. Look at this. We got Marc Hoover with us. He finally shows up at the airport while we're waiting around for him for hours.
The famous Marc Hoover. From Florida.
Yeah, Florida's own Marc Hoover. He's out here in the middle of the desert now. Why are we here, Mark? You're the one that got us here.
I have no idea why we're here. 300 years ago, the Spanish were here. They were mining silver everywhere, all over this area. And the Indians got tired of them being here, so they got in a big fight. And the Spanish had to hide all their silver and ran off.
Any idea how much of it? Is this, you know?
Millions of dollars worth of buried Spanish silver could be ours, Ringy.
Could be ours.
You know what? Back then, like, it wasn't like conquistador era, right? We're talking 1700s, so they didn't still wear those conquistador helmets, did they?
They did when they were traveling.
Oh, they did?
They did, and then they got here, and then...
Well, I was telling KG earlier, I was hoping to find, like, you know, the guards probably still wore those helmets, and maybe there was a merchant shop there that sold helmets, and if we find the foundation, we could find 20, 30 conquistador helmets in there.
I know that somebody has found one of the breastplates.
No way.
And
I was just kidding.
Somebody has actually found a sword, Spanish sword.
Oh.
Hey, we're in it. Just the chance to come and be a part of the Uncharted Expedition crew and maybe find millions of dollars worth of silver bars.
Yeah.
Hey,
who wouldn't want to be us doing this,
yeah,
right? Us three.
Yeah, that must be it. Although it looks a little different since the last time I've been here. Oh, wow. Dude, check that out, Todd.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, wow.
So just like what the storyline goes, Indians came back. According to them, their ancestors, they threw tools of the Spanish, armor, whatever was left behind, in blowholes. So that's, yeah, Sean, with your climbing expertise, I hope you're up to it. But if we can get down there, even just a little bit,
Oh yeah, we could definitely get down there.
I would say in this point, there's questions that need to be answered, and the only way to do that is to get you down that hole.
Yeah, let's check it out and see what we can find. A headlamp on me?
Yes, it might not be a bad idea, Sean. And remember, nothing is worth getting hurt, getting stuck. And if something happens to you, it's going to take all day to get you out of here, and that's if we can keep you alive. You know what I mean?
Right.
For emergencies. Looking good, looking good.
Okay, we'll be back tomorrow for you.
We're gonna run to lunch. We'll be back.
Whoa!
What? What'd you find?
We got running water.
Really? Is it a lot of water, Sean?
It's hard to say. It's there's a steady stream of water down here, Tim.
Wow.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is natural.
Really? Why you say that?
Because I got what looks like a drilling pipe down here, and then there's a score mark. It's really weird. Like, most of it looks like it's natural, but there's definitely some tool marks to it.
So you're telling me it looks natural, but there were man in this hole before?
Somebody's been down in here with some tools and equipment. There's a big long pipe down here, and I've got a tool mark right here, like they've been drilling.
So it's definitely not like old, like Spanish. If you're like, are you talking iron pipes?
Yeah, there's a big iron pipe down here. So I think at one point, I don't know, maybe it might have been natural, and then they decided they wanted to open it back up. But somebody's been in here working this thing. So I'm only about, what, 40, 50 feet down?
Whoa.
It looks like it goes down another 50, no, maybe 60, 70 feet.
Holy. You know, Sean, that kind of defeats their purpose. We were trying to find a natural blowhole that man hasn't been in. If there's obvious evidence that someone's been there before you, like with the pipes, the chances of us finding Spanish artifacts that the Paiutes threw in there are very slim at this point, I would say.
Yeah, Tim, I don't know if this is, yeah, I'm seeing other tool marks right here, so this has definitely been worked by somebody.
Shit. Well, Sean, if it's that much further down and you're already finding man-made stuff, let's get you out of there. Our plan of finding a natural blowhole with something in it is gone now.
to me, it's not a total waste. At least we know that this isn't what we're looking for.
He has a good point. Process of elimination. Good point.
Dude, what took you so long to get back up?
So slippery and muddy down here.
I bet. From what you were telling me with the water coming down. So are you saying there's a natural spring that you think that's trickling down into there?
Oh, it's not trickling. There's a steady flow of water down there.
Wow.
Well, that was fun, gentlemen.
I like what Todd said. It's not a ruined mission right here. You just did process of elimination. We know where this is at now. There could be a cave system with more of these. But let's pinpoint this area. Let's move on, and we'll conduct.
Yeah, this isn't the last of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blowholes, a lot of geothermic activity out here. So, you know, we'll just check this one off the list and keep going. So guys, we are here at the old Page family ranch, and you can see that, you know, we are right on the Spanish Trail. So we just thought this would be cool to show you guys to come down and check this out. So you can see that this was a nice watering hole, and water at the time on these old trails was crucial. It was as important as us finding a gas station, you know, when we're traveling somewhere in modern days. So the Page family ranch was built. They started it in 1898, and it took them 2 years to finish. They finally got it done in the year 1900, and it was used as kind of an informal hotel and also as a boarding house for the workers for old Irontown just up the way.
This alone to me is cool.
If I drove out here, stories that this old place could tell, you know, all the people that came and went, and it's just really cool just to be someplace that has so much history.
Yeah.
Look at the detail on this down here on the foundation and above the windows. It wasn't just slapped together. They put some effort and detail in.
Let's keep going, guys. Let's see what we can find.
Go find some treasure, right?
Let's hit it.
Whoop, whoop. I think we need to spread out at this point. I really do. And I'm thinking about making a couple teams while we're waiting for Mark to get here. And we could just start spreading out and looking for. You hear something? Oh, we got a car, guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we got to act normal. Like, is this normal?
Just checking our gear. Yeah.
Could be Forest Service. Just act like. Don't even look at them.
Are we avoiding eye contact?
Yeah, we're avoiding eye. Oh shit!
What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, just stay cool.
Hey guys!
Hey, Mark!
I'm not gonna believe who I got with me.
Who you got?
KG and Ringy from the Digger.
Oh, no way.
Hey guys!
Hey.
Come on!
The way you guys pulled in, I was
made
like,
it.
who are these guys?
Good
to see you again. Yeah,
Going.
Mark, how's it going? It looks like you guys are already kind of geared up. Did you guys already make it to the Airbnb?
Yeah, we were ready. Went to the Airbnb, checked in, got our gear on. We're ready to dig, man.
You
Put us
guys
to
are
work.
really
I haven't put my
you
gear
said
right out
come-
of the car. All
Come prepared.
ready to go.
Come prepared. We're ready to go dig some
You know,
holes.
I don't want to
Don't
break
mess
your
around.
right. We don't want to break your hearts and bring you guys out here and not put you to work. You guys look like you're ready right now. We're going to show you the Spanish Smelter, which is just right over here. How about we separate into teams? I'm going to keep you three together. Antonio and Sean, I'm going to send you on a mission to go look for some clues a little bit outskirt.
All
Todd,
right.
why don't you stay with me? And we could just spread out and cover more ground and see what we can find.
Conquer. That'd be great.
All
What do
right.
you think?
Yeah, so
like
you
it?
guys show us the territory you
Yeah.
want us to concentrate on,
You
and
know,
we'll get busy.
For right now, to be honest with you, that Spanish Smelter, I don't know if any of us have really hit that with metal detectors. Now that you guys are here, I mean, this is perfect timing. We might as well take you guys and start right there. Okay, Sean and Antonio.
What do you got for us?
I have the perfect mission for you guys. Just, you guys are the right guys for the job, okay?
I feel like something really ominous is coming our way.
Okay, so this could be maybe you guys are going to work a little bit harder on this, but if you guys are successful in finding what I'm hoping you're going to find, you guys will be responsible for pointing us in the right direction to where these mines could be.
No pressure.
Yeah, right. No pressure, you know. So what I need you guys to do is see this canyon right here.
Okay.
I need you guys to follow that canyon. And Sean, I showed you that picture of that tree stump now. It's been a few years, but I swear that tree was intentionally cut, and there's a branch that's pointing in the direction that we need to go. And I'm telling you right now, with Spanish treasure sites like this is not the first time that the Spanish would either bend trees slowly and manipulate them to point a trail marker, or cut them down and have a pointer pointing us in the direction.
Okay, see if we can do it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Right on, team. Don't leave me hanging. Kind of excited about showing you guys this.
Oh, cool! Look at this.
Look at that! It's like literally in the middle of nowhere.
This would have been where they brought the ore that had the silver in it, and they would have melted it down, separated the minerals from, you know, the rock and stuff like that, and most likely they would have used this ravine. This would have had to have more water in there, because the whole process, you have to have water right next to a smelter. Right. I've never actually spent time with this, but I can tell you, I don't think it's been hit by any detectorists.
No, this is so secluded up here. I mean, you could find anything up here, because who would ever even known that this was here?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And Garrett sent us all the right equipment to come up here and look for this stuff.
You know, and that's why Todd has this. We were hoping that you guys understand how to use this, and maybe we can scan the inside, maybe the outside down in here, and then just send you guys off and let you guys do what you do best.
Yeah.
You know, when you start getting into the more of the lighter green like this, usually what you know is right away you got about 200 years on it when it starts hitting this color. But the way you can really tell is this one's a little bit overgrown, but when you look at a lichen like this, if you measure that, my estimate just out in the field, a little bigger than 2 inches. That 2 inches puts us right around, a little bit over that 200 years, which actually kind of goes along with our Spanish symbols on that tree and everything else. So, and look at this too, Todd. See these little pop marks? Yeah. I don't think anybody can accuse this of not being used. But you could see where all these rocks, it looks like they were heated up and whatever.
Pop that little bit out.
There's a ton of space here too, all over this. If they were using this to do something like that, there would have been people, traffic going back and forth both ways here.
Yep.
So we can take all these trails and
it's right next to the stream there where the water would have been coming through there. And they would have had plenty of access to that.
Yep. What do you guys think? Exciting. You want to detect this area and see what you can find?
Yeah, we'll hit this area real good, and you know, hopefully we can come up with some good stuff. At least give us a, you know, at least we can rule it out if nothing else. So.
Process of elimination.
Absolutely. All we need is time right now. We just need time to go and be careful and see what's under the ground here.
Yeah, like they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right. So is there a chance that...
See, that could be my shoe, because I got a bunch of metal in it.
And I was going to ask, what about, like this area, for instance, has a lot of iron in it?
Yes.
You think that
I
that
picked
could
up a
throw it
couple
off
of...
Pick it all up just like that. Yeah.
I had a couple rocks make...
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't even break in half.
Yeah.
So what are you getting there, Tim? Just a little bit of iron?
Just like a couple of little iron blips. I can dig one if you want, but it's a...
I got something to show Todd here for a minute. You guys got this for a few minutes, and I'll circle back to you.
Heck yeah. We'll just take off from here and start circling out.
Oh, shit. You okay, Todd? Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I just rolled my ankle.
Crap. Let's get you somewhere where you can sit for a minute, Todd, and just kind of relax, and we'll see what happens.
Here we are, Ringy. Tell us what we're going to have to look out for, because we are in some wild territory.
Yeah, this whole canyon is known for all the cougars, mountain lions up here. And look at this. Check this out.
Yeah, definitely mountain lions around. An old deer carcass there. Well, we'll just have to be careful and hopefully we don't get eaten. You know what? If I was going to hide some silver bars, I'd be looking for a landmark, because you're not going to randomly go out in the field and just plant it. You're going to look for like a big rock, an old tree, some kind of landmark. But if you look at this waterfall here, get up this waterfall, see, there's a big hole up there.
Oh.
If you're gonna hide stuff, you know, you're gonna put it in a hole, and maybe they covered it up, but over the years, you never know, the water could be raging down the canyon and washed it out. So we're gonna go check that out.
Anything up there?
I'm not hearing nothing. It's a perfect spot, though.
It is a perfect spot to hide a bunch of silver.
Probably a mountain lion den.
Probably jump right out and latch onto your face.
So you were the one that pointed us to this area, Todd. I'm guessing that you think this is a good place to get some samples for minerals?
I'm seeing some good good signs. We'll get up here underneath a couple of these boulders and take a couple samples and see what we got. As the water's coming down, behind the boulder becomes a slow spot.
Oh.
It actually becomes almost a vacuum.
Oh.
So, you know, you got your gold, silver, whatever coming over, passes over the boulder and drops down in this low pressure area.
Uh-huh.
Ah, Ringy! Check this out. I just found something cool. I just found something awesome.
Oh, it's
Oh, I thought it was a coin, but I don't think it's a coin. I think it's an old button. Cool.
Holy cow.
I mean, that could be a Spanish button. I don't know.
That could easily. What was it ringing like?
It's like a mid-tone, like a 60s. Give me it!
I took it from
Stole
you.
it from me.
Put it in the sun.
Yeah, it's definitely not aluminum. I think, and that could be an old pewter button. I don't know for sure. We'll have to have the experts verify, but that's an old, like one of them old flat buttons.
Oh, absolutely.
That
Old
is
flat
freaking
button, and
awesome.
the shank is still.
Yeah.
Look, the loop and
Awesome.
the thing is still there. It's just got a little bend on the lip.
Yeah, it probably got stepped on by a mule as they were packing the silver out of here. Probably, maybe the guy didn't get out of the way, and the mule probably ran over him and popped the button off, and the mule stomped on it and smashed it into the ground.
Right, and the guy was just like rolling around in pain, and they just left him there because the silver was way more important at that
Oh,
point.
yeah.
You know?
People are expendable.
Exactly. You can always get more people.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome, buddy. That is awesome.
Cool, KG. Good job finding that thing.
Thanks, buddy.
It's got the shank on the back, and you can tell it's old because of the material that it's made out of. So no telling what coat that was on, but that is awesome.
Holy crap! Hey, guys! Look at this! Holy crap! Look at that! I could have a sword.
What do you got, KG?
I'm not kidding. I'm just walking up here, and look at this. Look at this. This
Oh, hey, there is
just
something
sticking
in
right
there.
out of this freaking wash right here.
I got to get up and out of here.
Look at that. Check it out. I was just hiking up this little ravine, heading back to the truck, and it's a big washout, and sticking out of the ground right in front of me, it looks like it could be a sword. I mean, this could be a Spanish sword. Seriously, Mike, check this out. I'm too nervous to even unveil it.
What is it?
Oh, look, it goes down in here. This is moving all the way back here.
That's
Could be the
awesome.
find of the century, boys.
All
Yeah.
right, KG.
There it goes.
Oh, it's
man.
got a hole
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's
It's
a
like an old leaf
in it.
spring,
Leaf
I
spring,
think.
Yeah.
Ah, that's like a kick in the butt, man. Look at that.
Look,
though.
but it's like tapered down like a sword.
Yeah, I mean, you could clean that up and make a sword out of it. Maybe it was carrying the silver bars, rattling along, and it was so much weight, it just collapsed, snapping the spring, flinging it out here into the woods.
I think you're right. I think the wagon wheels are everywhere.
Still a cool piece of history, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Man,
Yeah,
I thought I had a sword,
obviously
boys.
it must have snapped and they just whipped it down here. That must have been the old road a long time ago.
There you go.
Yeah, could have been.
How's your ankle doing?
It's a little sore.
We'll take it easy on you. Hey guys!
Hey, what's up?
What
Hey,
you
buddy.
up to? You guys find some cool stuff?
Yeah, I found a couple of prison parolees coming up here.
No, we got some pretty cool stuff. I mean,
We actually did.
a ton of bullets. You know, everybody that lives around here must have a gun. Check this out.
Oh, good.
All this stuff, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That button there, man, that button is cool. That old, too.
That looks really old. Hey, Chooch, come over here and check out this. Look at what they found.
Yeah, this is what I think is the most amazing thing all day. KG pulled up this really cool.
I love that thing.
I
mean, that could date back to the time.
And these things, these newer bullets really sing too. Obviously, the coins do.
Like, obviously, there's multi-layers of history. You know, you're finding modern coins, and then another area you find like maybe late turn of the century, and then you get way back there, because this was like 8 inches deep too. This was really deep, deeper than any of this. So.
Wow. And then you also got this. Did you talk about that?
Oh, an old
cool.
square nail.
Yeah, there's a couple of these have popped up, and those are always an indication of something a little bit older, you know, because these were back in the 1700s, probably 1600s. I don't know when they started making them, but
hand forged.
They were definitely older.
So you guys have definitely helped show several time frames of history here in this area.
It's not even 1% of this territory that you're looking at. I mean, we're talking not even 1/10%.
Right,
We
it's just
barely
what
touched
you guys
it.
found.
Yeah,
and we still got more to do later on today, more to do tomorrow. I'm excited to have you guys around.
Yeah,
and
it's a good start.
Well, we still got the other team coming back in. They've been scouting this area. What I'm hoping is that they bring back something for us to see later on when they come back that will be pointing us to the right area to go to those silver mines and the silver bars.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Anything that would help point us in the right direction, that's what we need.
That's exactly
That'd be awesome.
Well, we'll try to see if we can get these guys here, and we'll just kind of regroup from there. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
So, Tim, what do we got going on here?
You know, Sean, one thing about today is that I was really excited. Every time I turn around, every single one of you guys seemed like not only were you having a great adventure, but you guys were making discoveries.
Felt like a real productive day.
It did. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel tuckered out like we've been busy.
Yeah, we worked our butts off. Everybody worked their butts off today.
Yeah. I didn't. I just sat around.
That's normal.
Some of the stuff that you guys found today, I mean, are we looking at stuff that you found here?
Well, it was at 4 or 5 different sites. I mean, you gave us a bunch of different places to go, and as you can tell, some of the stuff, like some of these coins are more modern, and they were just, you know, probably dropped by campers over the last 20, 30, 40 years.
Sure. Right.
Look at this thing KG found here. That's probably a little bit older. That's a really solid.
Look at that.
Probably 1920-ish, maybe.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You know,
we got multi layers of history, which
Yeah,
you're gonna have because you have people from the Spaniards and the Indians all the way up to now. But the really good stuff actually came from the Smelter side. That's where we found some of the best stuff. We found this old square nail. We found this old horseshoe nails.
Wow, cool.
That's old hand forged, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the best thing is this old button. And we think it's white, what is it, white metal or something like that?
Yeah, it's similar. It might be pewter, but it's...
Yeah, we weren't sure the date on it, but we looked up the date on it, and it's between 1750 and 1812.
Whoa,
so that puts
baby.
us right in the time period I think we're looking for.
The thing you have to look at on this button is it's a coat button. So it's going to be something that they were wearing at that time period. So you can probably look at a coat and see what they might have been wearing back then.
Maybe something a little formal.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Out of all of this, would you say that that's probably your coolest discovery today?
Absolutely. I about lost my mind when I found this. I didn't really know the time period, and I was thinking maybe 1800s and stuff. But when we found the date, we looked the button up on the date. I about lost my mind, and I started chugging beers.
Time to celebrate.
Yeah.
And that's like, for us today, if you look at this, I mean, there's a lot of stuff laying there, but we've been to a lot of places. We've dug a lot of stuff in England and, from BC stuff. This is really cool. We had it wasn't a struggle to find targets. Obviously they were there, but it was a struggle to really find something in that time period. And luckily we had KG with us because he's the one that did it.
Good job, KG.
Good work, buddy.
That's the find of the day for this group anyway.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we heard you guys did some pretty cool stuff too.
You know, I think we found some pretty cool stuff. Sean, you want to tell them a little bit about what you found today and what you did?
Well, I mean, you know, it was a little bit of process of elimination, a little bit of, you know, holy shit, though, that was a cool discovery. I mean, we found the vertical shaft that looked like that wasn't the blowhole that we actually were trying to go for, but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a good, you know, good thing to just kind of rule out as a process of elimination.
It's just a weird coincidence how we happen to be in an area of Spanish legends and we're finding things that could be Spanish.
Yeah, I think we're in the right area. It's a big area, but I think we're narrowing it down.
Yeah, I do too. Todd, what do you got in front of us here?
This was found by the smelter. It was not in the smelter, but you can tell from the melting and the heat on it that it was once part of the smelter.
Holy cow.
And you can see this where it's just melted. It's just a off the wall slag piece.
Explain to us what slag is.
Well, when they heat it up, they're trying to get the impurities out as much as possible in the field. And so this is some of those impurities that they scrape off the top of the vessel. And
You're talking like scraping, like they have their pan
yeah,
or
they've got
whatever,
a
and they're
pan
literally
or
like this is the
crucible,
top.
and they just scrape the bad stuff off the top, and the heavier, good silver stays on the bottom. So this would have come from the bottom of the smelter, and it would have been where they just scraped off the slag.
So we're looking at the Spanish as trash in a sense.
Yeah, this is what they did
cast aside.
Yeah.
It's kind of like discarding the unvaluable material, basically.
Yeah.
Spanish trash.
Yeah.
When it comes to tomorrow, guys, you know, I've been thinking about this. We've been planning this with everything we've done. We've literally followed the old Spanish trail all day. And then we took this old Spanish trail and we ended up finding what we think is the real Spanish trail to these Spanish mines and treasure that's left behind. After looking at everything, I really think that we need to head over to this part tomorrow. I mean, you got the smelter right here, you got the ponderosa tree right here, all this stuff that we have found. I swear I can draw a dotted line and just show a trail that leads up right to here. And I really think we need to hit this tomorrow and see what we can find, and from there we'll just follow that canyon in through this way in that direction. Everything tells me that that's where we need to be tomorrow.
Perfect.
That sounds
Sounds
good.
like a plan.
Next time on Uncharted Expedition.
Anytime I can do this, I'm going to be there. It's hard, but it's worth it.
You're standing over the shaft right now.
The guys have left me behind to be cougar bait.
Matches a lot of that smelter that we found yesterday.
You never know if you're actually going to find something. I mean, and you're not going to find it if you don't look.